will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun steps away. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 65 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. The tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
We got this. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. They were looking for Johnson that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And another timeout called by the Vikings now.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. They're on 1 yard line.
Squeeze, double. Hey, alert three.
Now Jackson back into his end zone, being chased out left. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 99 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The first play from scrimmage. Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The football, and the Packers pick it up, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked it.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And he's going to keep it here. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And I think the ball's out. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Escape. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's his second fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first. Now, so as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And now off to the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And do not ask me to explain what in the world happened there, folks. That's a safety in the strangest of ways. My word. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, Jackson, flush to his right. He'll run it, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Patrick Owasor leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Newton's pass is on target to Moore and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Oh, design run for their wideout. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So don't say nothing.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and... Long situation forthcoming.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. "19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Watson on the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now a first down throw. Watson. He's going to loft one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out because we had an even half?
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 33 yards that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. It's caught at the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have taken the lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. A shotgun snap for Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. It's a 6-yard. Touchdown pass. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now a first down throw for Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Newton. Quick slant caught by Moore. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense, because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted.
Come on, baby. Let's go. What's that? 19. 54 miles. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Now it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Watson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 56 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
19! 54. Mike, 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Don't get nervous.
Throwing now, Watson. Buying top, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.